Hello, this is Mrs. Russo, and I'm going to tell you how to model multi-step problems using fractions. So today we've introduced two different types of problems. We're going to progress as the next few school days go on. So our first problem that we worked on today is Connor is a baker and had several bags of flour that are 6/8 full. How many partial bags of flour will he need to make 3 full bags? So that I brought up, has your parents ever had 2 containers and decided, hey, they're partially full, let me combine them together to make one whole? You know, if you accidentally bought another ketchup bottle and you want to put the new ketchup bottle and the old ketchup bottle together to make one full one. So we talked about scenarios where we may be putting partial things together to make whole bags. So what I taught them today is we have these flour bags and each one of them are 6/8 full. But it says several. We don't know how many there were to begin with. But we do know that we want to make 3 holes out of it. Well, then we talked about how that's basically going to be adding them together, and we want to use the same denominator, 8ths. So we went about dividing our 3 holes into 1/8 size pieces. Well, the next thing we did is we will start to kind of cross off as we go and see what we've used. So this is bag 1. So a little trick I showed them is as we're filling out the 3 holes below is to label the first bag with a 1. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to represent the numerator 6/8. Now down below we can see in this whole bag that they are 6 out of 8 are highlighted. Well, let's cross that off. We'll move on to bag 2. Well, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Combined they are 6/8, but I've finally filled up one whole bag, but I haven't finished filling up my other whole bag and part of this other bag. So that one's done. So I'm going to have to move on to a third partial bag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to represent our third partial bag. Not done yet. Our goal is to find 3 full bags. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the question, how many partial bags of flour will he need to make 3 full bags? Well, we used 4 bags, so 4 partial bags. Now we did discuss earlier about how I could rephrase the question that our model might be correct, but our answer may change depending on what the question asks. And the next problem will show a great example of that. So the next one, I used Seth in class. Seth is the cook, and we use this together. And I know there's a typo that should be combining. We talked about that today, how we need to proofread. Seth is a cook combining jars of salsa. Each jar is about 2/3 full. How many partially filled jars will he need to make full jars with no leftovers? Well, we don't know how many jars he had, and now we don't know how many jars we're going to fill. We just know that we need to have full jars. So we're doing the same thing where we made little fake jars that were all 2/3 full. And I go, how many do you want to make? Some people said 6, some said 7. So I was like, all right, let's make 6 because that's what I have room for. These are all the partially filled jars of salsa. Well, now we need to find out. We made a few holes. And I asked, how are we going to divide this up? They said thirds because that's the denominator we're working with. They were all excited to make Y's, or I say upside down peace signs. So we're going to go through and find out how many of these partial jars. So we're going to take the first partial jar and color in 2/3. Well, that's not enough. I still have this open. I do not have a whole full jar yet. Second jar. It's still not a whole jar. Third jar. Oh, now I have 2 full jars with no leftovers. None that came over to this diagram. So our answer here is 3 partial jars of salsa. Now again, we will be working on this over the next 3 days, and we will increase the difficulty. What they want to do is we want to model some multi-step word problems using fractions. Let me know if you have any question, and I hope this helps. Thanks. Bye.